A budget device with a premium build. That statement, guys, isn't hipster anymore. Right here with me are two budget devices with premium material. Introducing the Honor 5X and the Honor Band Z1. Ruben here from KLGadgetTV, and let's see whether two of these devices are worth your wallet and purse money. Starting off with the Honor 5X. Yes, the usual premium feel, with a brushed metal backing, but this guy is slippery in the hand, and it's also prone to scratches. The protruding camera is not to my liking as well, meaning I gotta constantly place the phone front face down to prevent any further damage. Below the camera sits the fingerprint sensor, which in my opinion is the ideal position for scanning fingerprints. On the right side are the volume rocker and power buttons, both of which are textured, and on the left side we have a nano SIM plus SD card tray and a micro SIM tray, which is kinda good since most OEMs opt for a dual SIM / 1 SIM 1 SD card hybrid tray. On the top is the usual headphone jack, and at the bottom, a micro USB port flanked by two speaker grills, one for real and one for show. Overall, a form factor which is just nice to hold in the hand. Which brings us to the display. A 5.5-inch 1080p IPS panel, which is sort of the standard in mid-rangers. Colors are vibrant, however not oversaturated light on AMOLED panels. One thing to notice though is the black border surrounding the display, which can be an eyesore to some, but it isn't a deal breaker. With the screen off, the black border creates an illusion that this phone sports super thin bezels. Smart move, Honor. Powering this guy is a Snapdragon 616 processor, an Adreno 405 GPU with 2GB of RAM and 16GB of expandable storage. I know I shouldn't expect too much for this set of specs, but damn, this guy can be sluggish in performance. There are noticeable lags when switching apps, including some app refreshes. Also, do expect slight delays when tapping on the screen or when typing. There's also a constant notification alert prompting you to shut down an app, which is apparently taking a lot of CPU. The Honor 5X packs a 3000 mAh battery, which performed pretty decent. On the day where I did a lot of navigation, tested phone's camera and some gaming, I got 3 hours and 39 minutes of screen on time with 26% left to spare. There are also a few power options for power saving, including Smart Mode and Ultra Mode to give the extra hour when you're in a power pinch. The software on the Honor 5X runs Android 5.1.1 Lollipop with Huawei's EMUI on top. The absence of an app drawer has always been turning me off. The fact that apps have to be put into different folders in order to look organized. Hence, I'll always resort to Google Now or Nova Launcher. But EMUI has a feature which kinda makes up for the cluttered home screen, as swiping down allows you to search for apps. There are some customizations available on the home screen itself, such as transitions, shaking to align apps, and so forth. Swiping up on the lock screen will bring you a set of toggles like flashlight and the camera. The fingerprint sensor is by far my favorite feature of the Honor 5X. It only takes 6 times to set up a fingerprint, and unlocking the device is pretty swift, bringing it into contention with some of last year's flagships out there. You can also perform some gestures with the fingerprint sensor. Holding it brings you to the home screen, and sliding your finger downwards will bring down the notification shade. On the camera side of things, the Honor 5X features a 13MP and 5MP pair. Its camera app, not to my surprise, is pretty similar to another phone brand. The rear camera is as what you'd expect on a device of this price point. Under daylight, the camera performs well, with a decent amount of dynamic range and proper exposure. Under low light is where images start to get grainy as the auto ISO is boosted. The lack of OIS also causes some blurry images. Nevertheless, there are a few modes and options in the camera app. My favorite is of course full mode, which is suitable for close-ups, giving it a macro lens feel with a good amount of depth of field. It also warms up the color of the captured image. Other than that, you have your usual HDR, panorama, and time-lapse modes. Although I'm not much of a selfie person, one feature when capturing a selfie is the tiny window on the top left corner of the screen, which shows your expression. By looking at the screen, you're sort of looking at the selfie camera lens. It also has a beauty mode with an adjustable scale of 1 to 10. Tricking girls into thinking that they're flawless. Overall, you're getting your bang for the buck with the Honor 5X, but I really think that it needs that extra gig of RAM to solve its laggy issues and overall choppy performance. But right now, we're moving on to the Honor Band Z1. The Honor Band Z1 happens to be my first wearable and fitness tracker. It sports a gunmetal black polyurethane strap, which is comfortable on my wrist. An OLED monochrome display surrounded by a stainless steel band. Honor calls it a tough stainless steel band, but it's pretty prone to scratches as well. The touch display on the Honor Band Z1 can be insensitive to touch, hence I'll always resort to double tapping the display or shaking my wrist for the screen to light up. Another downside is that the display only lights up for 3 seconds. Coupled with the not so sensitive touch, it can get on your nerves at times. Having said that, it has a decent battery life. Pairing it with my Honor 5X gets me around 2 to 3 days. It works as a standalone fitness band as well, so my guess is the Honor Band Z1 will bring you more than 3 days of battery life as a standalone device. One thing about this wearable is that it makes something unnecessary necessary. It tracks your steps, calories, and sleeping times. Prior to this review, I've been making sure that I get enough of deep sleep and covering a decent amount of steps to make sure that I feel less guilty. And all of these statistics can be viewed in the Huawei Wear app. You can also allow push notifications to the Honor Band Z1 from your phone, which for me works well when it comes to alarms and phone calls, since the wearable vibrates upon push notifications. Before I forget, this guy here is waterproof, hence the only time it's off my wrist is when I have to charge it. And the IP68 rating made me worry less. Overall, apart from its insensitive touchscreen, the Honor Band Z1 is certainly worth your money. Which reminds me, I better get one of these myself, to, keep my health in check. Before I wrap this up, the Honor 5X comes at 899 ringgit and the Honor Band Z1 at 259 ringgit. A perfect match maybe? Let me know your thoughts at the comment section below. Don't forget to hit the like button and get subscribed as well. Once again, I'm Ruben from KLGadgetTV and I'll catch you guys soon.